Bobi Wine sends a strong message to Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso. Give people their power so that they can vote you into power, so that they can feel you are their servant, not their boss.
I like Julius. I like his energy. We might differ in a few things because we are fighting for different things. He's like he's in South Africa. For him, he's fighting for economic rights. We are fighting for human rights. We are fighting first and foremost for the right to be human beings and to have that full human dignity. That is how far back we are. So we're fighting for completely different things. But I have a lot of respect for him. I have a lot of respect for President Traore. Of course, I might disagree with the way he came into power. But it's not how it comes into power, but how he uses that power and how he relates with the people. My only disagreement may be with President Traore, and is anchored in history. Because many of the people that come to power have very good words. These nice words that I'm saying, General Museveni said when he was my age, even more eloquently. And we agreed with him. He persuaded our parents, and they picked up guns. Many of them died because of the idea that he presented, which even right now, even if they presented it to me, I would agree with it. You know? So...
yeah, these so-called revolutionary leaders, they always have good message. Really, the real message for the development and the change of Africa. But after them going into power, they feel that power, they're untouchable. They are the ones to decide. They are the bosses of the people, not the servants of the people. Then they say, we are not living power. And they start killing, torturing, do sorts of dirty things, which they never promised when they were coming into power. So that's the problem we have in Africa with those so-called revolutionary leaders, liberators, yet they are killers, abductors, torturers, but for them they call themselves liberators. Sometimes it bothers me.
He was a great revolutionary. Everything that I'm saying, he was saying. But time, and like they say, absolute power, power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. 40 years later, that's what General Museveni did. When he had started, he was the most amazing person. There was zero corruption. Our country developed massively in the first 10 years of General Museveni's presidency, 1986 to 1996. Now, since then, it has only been rolling back because power got onto his head. Not just General Museveni, so many other revolutionaries. Look at Zimbabwe. Robert Mugabe,
You were named after him.
I was named after Robert Mugabe. He was a prized revolutionary. And he did so many things. But he just did not do one thing. He did not empower the people, and he did not allow Zimbabwe to go ahead. It makes me think, I love President Thomas Sankara, but it makes me wonder what would happen if Thomas Sankara made 30 years in power and then power got over him. So that's why I think that President Traore is a great leader, what he's doing for his people. But the lesson we learn, especially from Gaddafi, is that you can do everything for your people. That's one very important thing that you must give your people, the right to determine their future. You can have your children, you will love them, you will give them everything. But if you don't let them fly when it's their time to fly, when you don't let them go when it's their time to go, to determine their own destiny, then it's going to become a problem. My father was a doctor, and he wished I would be a doctor. I disappointed him and became a musician. When I went to university, he thought I was studying to become a lawyer. on graduation day he was taught that I studied music, dance, and drama. He refused to come to my graduation because so things like that.
Yeah.
So it's important that President Traore empowers the people. The greatest success of any leader is to give power back to the people. That is the only justification why people joined you in the first place. We praise the great Nelson Mandela, but what can you put a finger first and foremost on what he did? Overcoming power, overcoming the trappings of power.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do that is empowering the people. People, I'm sure people love President Traore.
True.
So it would be wonderful if he gave them chance to elect him as president, so that they feel that he is actually their servant and not their boss. That's my humble opinion.
It's a really important point. And
Wow. That is it from a wise man's mouth, a wise man's mind. To President Ibrahim Traore. Yes. What people of Burkina need or want from President Traore is to give them back their power, to give them back the ability to choose the right and the wrong. Because if you don't give them that chance, if you don't energize them in that way, again, Burkina will be at stake one day. Burkina will lose focus. Again, there will be some people wanting to fight the president. So it's better you give back the people their rights, their freedoms, and they believe that this is our country. It's we who decide who leads us. Not some people seated somewhere decide for us. No, they must get back their power to decide for their own good, decide for their own future. So President Ibrahim Traore, I know he has got this message and he will listen, because I've seen the papers that has said that there will be no elections in his country. Why? As Bobi has asked, people love you. Why don't you give them a chance to elect you? Do you fear that they will not elect you and you will be persecuted by a president who will come in? Have you done some dirty work that will lead to your persecution? Because if you are open, if you are not dirty, and whatever you were doing, you're doing it through in the line of the law, bro, even if they don't elect you, nobody will arrest you. That's the problem we have in Africa. Some leaders come in, and because they came in a longer way, so they live with fear inside them that when I leave power, I'll be arrested, I'll be persecuted, I'll be killed, sorts of bad things will happen to me. So they decide not to leave power. They decide not to allow elections in their countries, and that's the same footsteps Ibrahim Traore is following. And it's a bad example, Ibrahim Traore. That's a bad example. You must fight that. You must not allow that in your country, because you'll be no difference with those you topped, with those you swept away. So that will force somebody somewhere in that country also to fight to sweep you away. So better give people that ability, that hope, that one day we'll get another president. Yes, let you be elected. You come for the second term, they will elect you. Then you say, I'm going. Let other people come in. Bro, Burkina will be a different country. Burkina will develop. Burkina will be at peace. It will never be there a dictator, because you would have set a precedent, and everyone will be saying, as Traore did it, I would do it that way. You have to put an end to autocratic leaders, to autocracy. You have to put an end to bad leaders. You have to put an end to gun rule. If you Traore don't stop that, then one day you will be eligible. You'll be eligible for that same action you did to a sitting president who was there, and anyone will come in to do it to you. So, better organize and get Burkina Faso to line.